I went ahead earlier and downloaded some images of animals to make my mutant. So I've got like a fox, a couple of tentacles, and a chicken. I'll just show you how I got hold of these. So you can just go to Google if you haven't used this before. Sorry if I'm being patronizing, but yeah, you just type in a subject, go to images, and then it'll come up with some stuff you can use. Well, I need alive chickens, not cooked ones. So if I want to use some of these, a good thing to do, going back to the kind of thing with resolution, is if you click on tools, you can click on size, and then you don't really want to be working particularly with anything less than high definition, which is 1024 by 678. But I mean, if you need to, you can go down to 800 by 600. It depends on what you're working on, really. But anything smaller than that, and it's going to look pixelated. So I think it was something like this. And then you just right click on it and save image as, or if you can go and visit the website and do the same thing again. I'm at home, so my Taylor Swift has her own chicken. There you go. So let's click on that. Yeah, and then we can save that. Okay. Let's close it all down. So I went ahead and got some of these things, and I want to open them up in Photoshop and start working with them. The way we do that, let's just close that down, is I'm going to go to File, I'm going to go to Open, and I'm going to first select the chicken. Let's open that up. So now I've got that image. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to place that onto my blank document. So I'm just going to move that over to the side so I can see both of them by picking up the window. So you can see if I hold down the mouse button and move it to the border, I can lock it back in place, or I can hold down the mouse button and drag it out to the side again. Because what I want to do is select the move tool here, which is this one. Click on my image and then drag it across to my blank page, and there you go. I've got my chicken in there, and that's my first layer. So the layers stack up on top of each other. So at the bottom we got the background layer, and then on top of that I've got my chicken. My chicken's looking a bit small at the moment, so I'm going to make it bigger. I can move the chicken around by clicking on it, and with the move tool, and I can place that wherever I want to. So I'm going to place it central, and I want to transform that. I want to scale it up and make it bigger. So what I do is go to Edit, Free Transform, and that brings up the bounding box. So this little box here, and there's these various tiny little sort of squares around the side, and these will allow me to reshape that image. Now if I click on it from the corners, and with this important lock between the width and the height selected, it means that it'll always keep its aspect ratio. Okay, if I take that off, and I'll tell you what I mean, and I move it again, and I can why is it not doing it? Okay, let's just see if I need to edit free transformers to see if we can stretch it. Oh, it's not letting me stretch it. I'll come back to that in a second. But what can let's see if I have to. No, I don't. Okay. What sometimes happens is when you're resizing this, you'll end up kind of stretching it out of proportion. So let's just see if I can go ahead and kind of make that change that a bit. Yeah, there we go. It's kind of automatically kind of locking the dimensions of it, but you can see that I've kind of squished that down. You want to avoid doing that because it looks weird. So let's put the lock on, and immediately it goes back. So if you do end up in that situation, because I've seen people do it a lot, that they're trying to fit an image into a particular shape or size that they've got on the page, and they take this off, and they start sort of stretching it out and trying to make it fit. But even if you do it slightly, it kind of looks weird. So make sure you've got that locked and the aspect ratio is the same.